it away. Tell us where this happened.
Shiv, we want to give our viewers a sense of where along the line of actual control this very unfortunate incident, which hasn't happened in 4 decades, a clash leading to deaths on either side of the line of actual control has taken place. So I'll take you map by map over 4 maps and try and give you a sense of what's happening along the line of actual control. This is the overall map of the state. This, as you know, is the line of control. On the other side, you've got the Pakistani army. On this side, you've got the Indian army, very extensively deployed. The area marked out in red shows Jammu and Kashmir. And then this is the Union territory of Ladakh. And the dotted line, the dotted black line, shows the line of actual control. And very close to the line of actual control is the Galwan face-off point. And I'm going to zoom in and take you closer. This is the capital of Ladakh, Leh. This is the famous Hemis Monastery. If you've seen lots of Bollywood films, you have to, it's a stunning, one of the most important monasteries in the Ladakh area. And as you drive up that road, you reach a village called Darbuk. Now from Darbuk to Daulat Beg Oldi, this is the DSDBO road, which has been much in the news over the last several days. It's 323 kilometers long, and it goes all along the Shyok River. The Shyok River is called the River of Death, and the reason that it's called the River of Death is because in time gone by, cavalcades of traders, caravans of traders used to use the Shyok River, especially during the winters when the river would freeze over, to go towards Xinjiang, across the mountain passes, across the Karakoram on the other side, to do trade in spices and silk and bring back wares as well. So what would happen is that in the summer, there's a very fast pace that the water flows in, as a result of which very often, whether if you're on a pony or a mule, the trader would fall into the water. Many traders died, just drifted with the water flow, and that's why it was called the River of Death, Shyok meaning death. So that's the river along which this road is built, and that passes very close to the line of actual control. It almost runs parallel all the way up to Daulat Beg Oldi, which is also called Subsector North, where we have a very important strategic advanced landing ground, ALG. So I'm going to go slightly closer, and just for general reference, this is the Pangong Lake, which is also a major point of confrontation, where about 1/3 of the lake is controlled by the Indians, 2/3 is controlled by the Chinese army, and the current flashpoint is at 4. So I want to now go to the third and a more zoomed in version of this map. So this is the DSDBO road that I just showed you, and along the road are 2 ITBP posts, and opposite, about 8 kilometers away, is Patrol Point 14, the Galwan Flash Point. And why this is called the Galwan Flash Point is because this blue line represents the Galwan River. It's a very, very narrow river gorge, and what the Chinese have done is that till about 2016, according to the satellite images that we accessed, and remember, we are restricted in our storytelling because we can only go by open source satellite images, and that's why it's taken so many hours of intensive work to put these maps together, because this is not, it's not like, you know, if you're going from Bandra to Santa Cruz, you can just put in the coordinates in Google Maps and it'll take you there. There's no such detailed coordinates available, unfortunately, along here. So what we know is that this is the People's Liberation Army, that's the Chinese army, Huishan base, which is their battalion headquarters, and they've got 2 posts which are located along the Galwan River. And what they did towards the end of April or early May is that along this river, because they've got a pakka road, a tarred road coming virtually halfway, and then there is a kacha road, which is like a dirt track going fairly close to PP14, they brought in their troops. So they brought in just personnel, Chinese army personnel to start with, and they came and deployed themselves very close to Patrol Point 14. Now, why this is called a patrol point is because earlier there would be no permanent deployment here. The army, the Indian army would come and patrol, not just PP14, but along the entire ridge line. The Chinese army would come and patrol. It's inhospitable. There's no way that in the winters you can even survive here. They'd come and do a few rounds of patrolling and they'd pull back. But what the Chinese did this time is that they came and they plunked themselves over there. And that's why the Indians were alarmed. So I want to take you through to the next map, which gives you a closer sense of what's happening. So this is the Galwan River. It flows into the Shyok River. This is the point of confluence. What the Indians were doing, we're told, is that we were building a road from here, which is the DSDBO road. An extension was being built towards PP14, and the Chinese claim that they have a problem with this, which, you know, for our viewers to understand is terribly unfair, because as I showed you on the previous map, the Chinese have already built extensive roadways all along their side of the line of control, which is when in years gone by the Indian government wasn't as responsive and we didn't build military infrastructure in quite the same way. So they've built their road infrastructure when we were trying to extend the DSDBO road, and we're trying to do this in different places so our boys can come and patrol. Now the problem is, and if you just think of it rationally, if you've got a road in which your troops can come and they can come all the way here, and the Indian armies had to come out from this post and in the heights trek all the way up, by the time they get to the post you're already tired. You've already spent several hours just trying to get there, while the Chinese have been able to drive in their motor vehicles, and that's really a big advantage militarily. So we're trying to neutralize that advantage by building an extension, and the Chinese were unhappy about that. Now let's come to what happened just over the last few days. Now the Chinese have come and deployed here. We were told by the Indian Army that there was gradual de-escalation happening, which means that the Chinese troops were pulling back from here. Our ask is very simple. Go back to Chinese post 1 and 2, which is where you came from, and do not stop us from building the road, because we're not listening to you. You know that 11,000 plus personnel of laborers from Jharkhand are being brought on special railway trains, and they're being taken to different parts, Eastern Ladakh, Uttarakhand. The BRO at this moment, that's the Border Roads Organization, trying to build 61 strategic roads, which we hope to complete over the next several months, so that we have extension services, that we can really move our troops much faster than is possible. So that's really the flashpoint. We don't specifically know what happened in this area, but what we do know, and that's what our reporters and Shiv and Gaurav and everybody else have been telling you, is that during this period, first the Chinese didn't de-escalate in the way that they promised that they would. They stayed there with heavy deployment, and in that process something went wrong. We are expecting more details, which led to a military clash, and there's been some fisticuffs. We've also had some nunchakus flying. We've had some rods, some barbed wire. This kind of stuff has happened in the past, but that just takes it to a whole different level of escalation, and we're right now in a very, very tense situation. Shiv.
Rahul, thank you very much for making that so plain for us. That